Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm gonna react to the kid who produced the biggest song
Saw
ever.
Don't by Bryson Tiller.
I'm gonna be live on Twitch every single day. I'll skip it through it to see if it was good. Let's see.
Panda by Designer. And No Flocking by Kodak.
Chill.
All have one thing in common. It's not that they were all massive hits. It's not that Don't and Panda went diamond, selling over 10 million records each. It's that they all started on YouTube. And they're not alone. Lil Tecca, Yeet, Pop Smoke, they all have songs with type beats. You'd expect records like these to have millions in budget behind them. You'd expect world-renowned producers to be making them, and labels obsessing over every detail. But all three of these hits started the
I'll be going on YouTube looking for a beat too.
exact same way.
I be doing that. Like a lot of people be doing that.
A search on YouTube for a type beat.
all of my beats, bro. Every beat that I got,
Yeah.
is from YouTube.
What?
Every beat that y'all heard, ever period, from me, is from YouTube. It's a type beat.
So how did we end up in an era where diamond records are being produced not in million-dollar studios, not by major label machines, but by one person in a bedroom with nothing? A 16-year-old kid gets gifted FL Studio by a friend who couldn't figure it out. No connections, no label, no music industry anywhere near him. Just a laptop, a keyboard, and binging hours of YouTube tutorials. His name is Kyoa Rukima. You've never heard of him, but you have heard his music.
Yeah, I heard this. Almost everybody.
He starts uploading type beats and sells leases for $30. His goal isn't a Grammy or a diamond record. It's just the $200 to cover his membership, the subscription to sell his beats online. He's just trying to stay around long enough to matter to somebody. He's just trying to answer the question that keeps him up at 2 a.m. making beats. Is this actually going anywhere? And in 2018, young Kyo finds the sample that would change his life.
And I heard the 9 Inch Nails samples and I was like, okay, damn, I have to use it. You know, I heard it and I was like, okay, this is it. So I just used it and put it online, and knowingly that it probably wouldn't sell, but it actually did once in November, and that was the one.
He uploads it anyway, and like he thought it would, it just sits there. Just another beat in the void. And most beats that could have changed someone's life are still sitting on YouTube right now with 200 views. It makes you wonder, is it really about the quality of the music? Or is this whole game just a lottery and some people get lucky? We'll get to that later in the video because the answer might surprise you.
I had like a beat store. That was my way of making money. And that's how Lil Nas found it. He was just searching for beats online. I was on Instagram. He made a video himself on his Instagram, and somebody I knew somehow found his page and saw that, and he was like, yo, I hear your producer tag on this. Check it out.
That song hits #1, and it stays there for 19 consecutive weeks.
Do y'all think it was luck or
The longest run in Billboard Hot 100 history. It went diamond, it won Grammys, and it got young Kyo signed to Universal. From a countryside village outside Amsterdam to the BET Awards. With a beat he almost didn't upload that sat with no traction for months. Lil Nas X made an estimated 14 million from that song. Young Kyo only sold the $30 lease. He produced the most streamed song of the decade, and like anyone would, he spent the next year hoping the contract renegotiations would go his way. But here's what people miss when they hear that story. They focus on the $30 like it's a tragedy. It's not, because that's how the model actually works. A producer makes a beat, he names it after a popular artist so he shows up in church and lists it for sale. Then the artist finds it on YouTube, buys a license, and records a song. That's the whole system. And when it works, like in this case, it really works. Take Isaac for example. He was a student in Sweden, and inspired by Playboy Carti and his producer, Mexico Dro, he uploads a Playboy Carti type beat to YouTube.
I started uploading like type beats, and I keep getting like this following on YouTube that keep pushing me, and I was like, okay.
A kid named Namir finds it, buys a lease, and records rubbing on the paint on a $50 mic with a sock over it.
You know the socks that you wear in the winter when it's cold?
The thick
It was
ones.
like one of the thick socks, so I wrapped it around it. Like, cause you know the snowball, it's like a
Right,
big
circle,
bowl.
yeah.
So I just wrapped it around there and I just started rapping.
And it almost goes nowhere, but then it explodes. It gets 40 million YouTube views.
Yo, that's so good. I should start making beats.
Overnight and goes 2 times platinum. Or take Vinny X, a kid frustrated with what school had to offer.
I was in college. I hated school. And I think there's just like one specific day I was just kind of like pissed off. At the time, I just wanted to like pick up this MIDI keyboard, and I had it laying around for like a couple months. After class, I just like made this beat.
And that was the beat to No Flocking, and he uploaded it as a type beat. Once Kodak got on it, the song sat there for 2 years, barely moving, until Drake played it on his radio show. Kodak Black blew up, the song went platinum, and an entire career was launched from a YouTube upload. That's 2 producers from 2 different continents. They both got found from a YouTube search at exactly the right moment. And the producers who really figured this out didn't stop at one upload. They have catalogs with hundreds of beats on YouTube, each one another entry point for an artist searching for them. The more beats, the more searches they show up in, the more chances they get. Just like most things, the math starts working in their favor, slowly, then all at once. But every single one of those sales, every lease, every exclusive, every dollar runs through someone else's platform. The beat selling platforms built the store. They own the relationship with the artist. They set the terms. And
That's fire. You buy a beat for $30, you explode at $1 billion. That's good.
they're the middleman. And you'd think, okay, that's just business. And for a while, it actually was a completely fair trade. Millions got paid out to producers. Kids who would have never gotten a chance in LA were generating a real income from their bedroom. Then the corporate money came in, and somewhere between the venture capital and the revenue targets, the producers stopped being the customer and became the product. It starts with brutal 30% cuts on every sale if you're on the free tier. Now, the artists are getting charged an extra 12% on top of the license just to buy your beat. The interface that hasn't been touched in a decade and the endless bugs producers keep reporting are never fixed. The worst is their algorithm that buries genuinely good music under 100 beats for $12 bundles. They started off built for producers, then the back came along and they became a shell of what they used to be. And now the producer gets thought of last. So instead of complaining about it, someone built something different. A platform that actually feels like it was made by someone who sells beats. So of course there's unlimited uploads on the free tier with a much fairer 5% fee, because your catalog shouldn't be held hostage to a 10-track limit. Once you subscribe, you also get a clean custom website where your beats aren't drowning next to someone's 50 for $5 bundle. And there's even a free built-in YouTube uploader, so posting doesn't eat an hour every time. It's not just a platform or a middleman, it's a system designed so producers can actually grow. Because the problem was never your work ethic, it was always the platform. And this one was built differently. That's SoundSeam. But having the right platform is only part of it, because here's what Young Keo, Isaac, and Vinny X all have in common besides starting as bedroom producers and uploading beats to YouTube. None of them won by accident. Remember the question from earlier, aren't type beats just a lottery? No, not at all. Young Keo had a unique sound and a team that protected his publishing when the moment came. Isaac was listening to the charts and made something that fit the exact pocket of what artists were searching for and put it exactly where they were looking. Vinny X made something raw and real, named it right, and the search did the rest. The beats sitting at 200 views forever aren't missing luck. They're missing quality and positioning. The producers who win are treating type beats like a craft and a business at the same time, and they're getting the full reward for it. And that's how...
I mean, like, if your beat good, the person probably don't know how to rap on it. They probably bad at rap.
One person in a bedroom with nothing ends up with a diamond record, not by accident, by design. Because when you make something real and you put it where the world can find it, a kid you've never met from a place you've never heard of is going to find your beat at 2 a.m. and both your lives change forever.
W video. I love y'all. See y'all later. You could do anything. Bye. Bye, YouTube.